Hello, and welcome to today's presentation. My name is Alyssa Brower. I'm the Senior Engagement Manager at Lime Connect, and today we will be talking our Pathways Scholarship for high school seniors. As a quick visual description, I'm a white woman. I have long light brown hair, and I am wearing a black long sleeve pullover with our green Lime Connect logo. If you're new to Lime Connect, I'd like to share a little bit about us. So we are a nonprofit that works both in the US and Canada, and our mission is to rebrand disability through achievement. We do that by attracting high potential professionals and university students, that includes veterans, with all types of disabilities into our network. We prepare our network members with the essential tools and confidence that help them achieve their goals. And we connect our network members for scholarships, leadership programs, internships, and full-time careers at the world's leading corporations, our partners. We also work closely with our corporate partners in recruiting, onboarding, developing, retaining, and promoting all employees with disabilities. Together, we celebrate the strengths and talents of people with disabilities. So our team focuses in different areas of attract, prepare, and connect so that we can match our network members with great opportunities. So first, we attract our network members by developing university relationships. You may see us do information sessions at your school of choice sometime throughout the year. We also work closely with disability services, accessibility services, and career services offices so that they're aware of the opportunities we have available and they can share them out with you. We encourage anyone with disabilities to join our Lime network. It's completely free to join. We just ask you to set up your profile and then you'll have access to our online community. You'll receive communications from us about different programs you may be eligible for, and then you can go to make either peer connections or connections with our corporate partners. And of course, we have our targeted scholarships. This Pathway Scholarship is the only one for high school seniors, but once you're enrolled in your university or college, depending on your major, you may be eligible for a different scholarship opportunities that we have. We also have our professional development team that prepares our network members through workshops and webinars on many different focus topics, both career and disability related. We have a career coach that works one-on-one with our network members. Either to prepare for an interview, make sure your resume is ready to go, or even negotiate salary. And that's totally free to use as well. And then we have various leadership development opportunities through our programs, including Discovery for our first year students, our fellowship program, and then we also have a Next Gen Junior Board. We also like to foster many connections in our community. With our corporate partners, you may meet them through our networking receptions that are both in person and virtual throughout the year. And we also have our online community platform. That's where you can make some great peer-to-peer connections with folks across the country. You can join various community groups based on interest, disability type, geographic area. And then we also utilize that platform to post the real-time job opportunities with our various corporate partners. So I mentioned our corporate partners a couple times. We do have some partners that work both in the US and Canada. So those global partners include PwC, Johnson & Johnson, and Salesforce. Our US partners include Bloomberg, Citi, EY, Goldman Sachs, Google, the NFL, Sony, and Unilever. And then our Canadian partners include Bell, CIBC, Canada Life, Deloitte, IBM, OMERS, Rogers, and TD. So there are lots of different companies to connect with, explore opportunities with, and learn more about through our networking opportunities. But today we're talking about our Pathway Scholarship. So if you're interested or wondering if you're eligible to apply, the eligibility requirements are as follows. You must have or consider yourself to have an invisible or visible disability. You must be a current high school senior in the US or Canada, graduating in spring or summer 2026. You must be accepted to or awaiting acceptance to a four-year university or college in the US or Canada for the 2026-2027 academic year. and then you must be intending to be full-time enrolled in that university or college in the fall of 2026. So the application itself is quite brief. So what you'll want to do as the first step to access that application, if you're not already part of our Lyme network, you'll want to join the Lyme network. You can go to www.lymeconnect.com/join-us, and then you'll have access to join the portal. You also can go to lymeconnect.com, and there is a join us button at the top right-hand corner of our page. From there, you'll want to log into the Lyme Connect community and click to the Jobs and Programs page to locate the Pathways Scholarship listing. It will be highlighted at the top of the page. If for whatever reason you don't see that opportunity, you can also look in the keyword search using Pathways Scholarship as your search. And then step 3 is going through the application itself. So you'll want to follow the link to our online application system, and that's where you'll get access to our application questions. The first questions are just general background information, your contact information, and details about your intended school. It's okay if you list several schools that you are considering. We know that this decision hasn't been made yet, so you can list several if that will give a better picture of where you're looking to go in the fall. We also ask you to complete a resume or CV. That can be a listing of student organizations you're a part of, if you have any work experience, accomplishments or achievements you've had throughout your schooling thus far. Think of the document that you submitted for your college admission. Same thing, we're just looking for a listing of what you've done throughout your high school career. And then 2 brief essay responses that are related to living successfully with a disability and how the scholarship would impact your education. So the first round of the application is due April 14th. You will see that a letter of recommendation is needed to have a complete application, but only after the April 14th deadline. So the first round does not require the letter of recommendation. You will only be prompted to submit your references information if you are selected as a finalist. And finalists will be informed by email of their status by April 17th. So I just wanted to share a few different questions we get about the Pathways Scholarship. So first of all, how much is the scholarship for? So it's $1,000 US for both the US and Canada. Another question we get is, can I add my reference letter before April 14th? Unfortunately, no, our system will not allow for early letters to be submitted. Only selected finalists should add their reference information once they are notified by Lyme staff to do so. However, we do encourage you to reach out to your reference to ensure that they are available to submit a letter. It does start to get to be a busy time during this time of year, so we want to make sure that you're giving references enough time to submit, because if a letter is not attached to your application, then unfortunately it will remain incomplete. Another question we get is, what if I don't know where I'll be attending in the fall? That's okay. We know it's a very big decision and it takes some time. Like I said, in the question that asks about your intended university or college, you can just list several that you're considering. We will only need to know exactly where you will be attending if you are selected as a scholar. So if you're selected as a scholarship recipient, because then we ask for verification of being admitted to that school. So it's okay if you have a few different schools that you're considering. A lot of people ask, both for joining the network or any of our programs, is, does my disability quote unquote count for this opportunity? We at Lyme Connect define disability as someone who has or consider themselves to have a long-term or recurring issue that impacts one or more major activity that others may consider to be a daily function. And we know that 90% of disabilities on college campuses are invisible. So that can include learning disabilities, mental health, chronic health conditions, and so much more. So candidates with all types of disabilities are certainly encouraged to apply. And if you do have additional questions, please let us know. I encourage you to go to our website under the scholarships tab. You'll find the Pathways Scholarship listing, which will share the eligibility requirements, the timeline, so you may have some questions answered there. So if you go to limeconnect.com, you can access a lot of information there. If not, you can reach out to our team at info@limeconnect.com. I encourage you to utilize email because we may want to send you links to direct you to the right place. And it's the most efficient way for us to communicate with you. But if you would like to give us a call, you can certainly do that as well. Our phone number is 212-521-4469. So please feel free to reach out if you do have additional questions. Remember, applications due April 14th, so we certainly hope to see your application in our system soon. And if you are curious about any of our other programs, please do explore Lime Connect more. We look forward to seeing you engage with our network. Thank you so much.